My name is Kojo Yankson. Let me tell you how to turn back time. You can now bring back all the fun, all the excitement, all the controversy of the Super Morning Show and all your favorite Joy shows when you go to myjoyonline.com/podcasts. Just select your favorite show and bring it all back again. Joy 99.7 FM, radio for discerning listeners.
Radio, Joy 99.7.
So we're starting the first paperwork review.
Oh, we have a caller on the line.
It's a daily
Hello.
graphic.
Are we going to turn away our caller?
And the front page story, that means
Wow.
showing up tax,
Turn away our caller.
showing up revenue. Okay. Past tax exemption bill. That's a lecturer, Dr. Abdelali Nachia, and he was actually my lecturer at Green Hill College. A senior lecturer, Green Hill College.
No, when?
Bempah.
A
senior lecturer at the University of Ghana Law School, School of Law, Legon, Dr. Abdelali Nachia, has called for the speedy passage of the Tax Exemptions Bill 2019 to law to help improve revenue collection and lift the pressure on borrowing. He said the delay in the passage of the bill was worrying as it denied the state much needed revenue to fund critical expenditures. So this tax exemption issue has been a big issue.
Yeah.
Apparently the IMF has had cause to say that Ghana is losing between 3 and 5% of gross domestic product every year to the current tax holiday regime. So the tax exemptions usually are introduced to encourage investments, foreign direct investments. Now, it says that 3 to 5% loss in GDP translated to a loss of between 11.5 billion cedis and 19.2 billion cedis in taxes for 2020, using the year's provisional GDP figure of 383.3 billion.
That's a lot of money.
Yep.
That's a lot of money.
So he believes that we need to streamline these things, otherwise we'll keep losing money. He says, so the senior lecturer, who is also the director of Ali Nachi and Associates, a tax attorney, solicitor, and consultancy firm, further explained that the problem also had to do with the fact that exemptions were often used for political reasons and consequently risked being linked with corruption. One obvious solution to this problem is to take away exemptions, he said. However, he was of the view that if this is politically difficult, the negative effects of the exemptions could be mitigated by inducing transparency into the system, either by making rules about exemptions firmly stated in laws and regulations or publicly disclosing information about exemptions. Okay, so moving on, page 5, Guinea coup leaders begin transitional government talks. And UN withdraws Gabon peacekeepers from CAR. And then on page 9, WHO to provide 30% of Africa's COVID-19 vaccines. And India is considering resuming vaccine exports. That's good news, so that we can have more vaccines, so that more Ghanaians will get their COVID-19 jabs. And on the gender page, protect women against harassment, abuse at workplace. Movement urges government. So the Young Urban Women Movement of Action Aid Ghana in the Upper East region has urged the government to urgently take concrete steps to ratify and enforce the effective operationalization of the International Labour Organization Convention 190. Right, we're moving on to, you check the time before I started the daily graphic. ECOWAS discusses Guinea in Accra today, and there's going to be some road traffic disruptions. There's, the Ghana Police Service has announced that there will be temporary roadblocks on some roads in Accra today as a result of the summit. So be mindful of that and avoid getting
those roads.
Traffic. Yeah. And politics, review constitution to reflect changing times, Dr. Alidu. So yes, this conversation keeps coming up that we need to, it's about time we
review the Constitution.
The 1992 Constitution. All right, apologize for do and die comment. MPP USA Women's Wing tells Mahama. Prepare to wrest power in 2024, Futuampo tells NBC members. And he says, we did not lose in the elections because our parliamentary seats shot up. We did not lose in the elections because our parliamentary seats shot up from 106 to 130. We're expecting about 140 seats, but we will ensure we work hard to wrest power come 2024. CSOs urge restoration of democracy in Guinea. And Reverend Owusu Bempah granted 200,000 cedi bail. Ghana needs strong institutions to consolidate democracy. That's Justice Asante saying that. COVID-19 stimulus bolsters bank deposits to 110 billion cedis.
Wow.
Yep. Increased savings by individuals and firms resulting from the pandemic-induced slowdown in consumer and investment spending in some sectors also contributed to the observed growth in total deposits. And GFZA to forge stronger ties with Petroleum Hub Corporation, and households advised to acquire fire extinguishers. Good advice. Buyer community gets chips compound and fire burns shops near Bimbela markets. In the center spread, integrated aluminium partners sign agreement on bauxite production. So an agreement has been signed between the Ghana Integrated Aluminium Development Corporation and Rockshore International to develop bauxite mines at Ninehin in Sasso in the Ashanti region. Ensuring credible 2021 WAEC monitors candidates' conduct. So it says WAEC is monitoring the conduct of school candidates in the ongoing West African Senior School Certificate examination in 11 senior high schools for alleged irregularities. And World Heart Day launch. That'll be for the center spread. Then keep Ghana clean. Well, 30,000 greater Kumasi households to benefit from sanitation projects. Good news. Yao Boafo is new GBA president. So the Ghana Bar Association has a new president. That's after Tony Forsing. So he takes over from Tony Forsing. This was at the bar conference, which is ongoing in Bolgatanga. And then Ghana Senior High School, Anna's former head mistress. And essentially that's it for the daily graphic.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow, 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. On the front page of the Ghanaian Times this morning, because that's the paper that we're going to do now, Ghana set to establish first bauxite refinery as GAIDEC signs pact to manufacture aluminium products. Reverend Owusu Bempah, 5 others granted bail. ECOWAS heads of state hold extraordinary summit in Accra. WAEC puts 11 SHSs under surveillance. All of this Israel has brought to you already. The Abesim murder case has been adjourned to October 5th. I'm sure you remember that. Okay, let's do some African news. Civilian soldiers killed in Mogadishu suicide attack. Mali warned against Russian mercenary deal. And Zimbabwe's unvaccinated have been barred from work. So the Zimbabwean government is tightening the screws on people who have not yet been vaccinated against COVID-19 and will soon launch a blitz on the agricultural sector where traders will be inoculated in a bid to arrest the spread of the pandemic. So interesting stuff going on there. Long sentence for Mexico drug lord. And North and South Korea test missiles hours apart. Oh boy. India courts Ghana's support to chair the CPA. There are a couple of opinion pieces on page 8 and page 9. Let's commercialize we for foreign exchange. That's according to a judge. So a 2-day workshop on the Narcotics Control Commission is underway in Accra with Justice Bright Mensah, a Court of Appeal judge, suggesting that the commercialization of cannabis for economic gain. He says that cannabis could be exported to countries. We've had this conversation over and over again. I think it's actually something is happening. There's a process that's going on with doing that so that we can commercialize it. So we'll see how that goes. Government's 106 1D1F factories have created 289,000 jobs. That's on page 11 of the Daily Graphic. Be wary of violent extremists in neighboring countries. Talensi District's police commander is warning. Police have closed the roads ahead of the ECOWAS summit. Israel was telling you about that. So just, be mindful. Okay, so the affected roads are the Jubilee Lounge to Liberation Road at Opebia, Liberation Road from Opebia traffic lights to Independence Avenue at National Theatre traffic lights, Kempinski Hotel to National Theatre on Independence Avenue through. So the usual places, the usual airports, Jubilee, Kempinski, that area. So just try and avoid it so that you don't get frustrated. Ghana set to establish first bauxite refinery. I told you about that already. PPA inaugurates 17-member committee to oversee the implementation of GANEPS. That's the center spread. Let's see if I can find any other interesting stories. Guard against teenage pregnancy seems to be a really, 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 really big thing. Mentally ill persons take over some bus stops in Accra. Oh, that's been ongoing for a very long time. Ho Central Prison revamps greenhouse farming. 2021 population housing census provisional figures out September 22nd. I'll be having a conversation on that later on today. Importers and Exporters Association welcome freeze on freight rates. Okay, 2022 budget sent Ghana collates citizens' input for consideration. That would be very interesting if, what we wanted was taken into account when the budget was being drawn up. So that sounds pretty good to me. Okay, let's do a little bit of sports. Barca coach accepts fate after Bayern schooling. Barcelona coach Ronald Koeman was in a resigned mood after his side were outclassed and beaten 3-0 by Bayern Munich. Mbappe is expected to extend his PSG contract. CI comes out to arrive tomorrow. They're going to play, I think, Accra Hearts of Oak on Sunday. Yeah. Okay, who gets not to lead Black Stars? The FA is going to announce today. There's a picture of George Boateng, Ibrahim Tanko, and Milovan Rajevac. So interesting. 25 million Ghana cedi infrastructure for TTU inaugurated, and take legal action against encroached lands. That's according to Cecilia Dapa. So that's it for the Ghanaian Times. Also done in 5 minutes.
Okay, good. So we'll go to the Business Finder, and the front page. Ghana's economy shows strong growth prospects as Moody's S&P affirm ratings outlook. Okay, it's the Business Finder, actually. And economy beats, so the story is that the economy beats, ratings downgrade. COA needs more investors to expand. The 2021 census results ready next week. Yes, we're having the census officials, or the Ghana Statistical Service officials, join us for that conversation. We'll get to hear all about that. ECOWAS vows to help restore democracy in Guinea. Top Choco is Ghana's confectionery product of the year. So this is the business version of the Finder. And Ghana receives more doses of AstraZeneca vaccines, which is always good news. Ghana has received a total of 487,600 more doses of AstraZeneca vaccines from the government of Norway and Germany through the COVAX facility to reinforce the country's COVID-19 fight. In all, 389,200 doses of the vaccines were donated by the government of Germany, while 98,400 doses were received from the government of Norway. So we thank you for your donations, Germany and Norway. But I pray that our country, my country, will be in a position to also get its act in order, so that we always don't end up receiving donations. We should be giving out as well. COVID-19, MERS World Bank commits to robust this recovery. All right, and that'll be it for the Finder.
Okay, let me go straight to the Daily Guide this morning. And Owusu Bempah breaks free. That story on the front page of the Daily Guide. Government settles on Rockshore for $6 billion Ninahini bauxite. Dufour to face Mahama. And that should be interesting. Fix your mouths, find jobs. That's according to the Presby moderator. A national security coordinator speaks on threats. So, okay, let's do some world news. California governor beats bid to oust him. Nigerian forces recapture 114 from mass jail outbreak. That story about North and South Korea testing missiles hours apart. Also in the Daily Guide. Okay, now let's see what the Presby moderator is talking about. The moderator of the Presbyterian Church of Ghana, Right Reverend Professor Joseph Obri-Yeboah-Mante, has taken on those thinking it is the sole responsibility of the government to fix the country. He was admonishing those in authority to use state resources judicially, but he also said, one thing I don't want to happen is for the young men and women in this country, and you can kill me for this, to sit down thinking that there's a party somewhere coming to fix things. It is not true. It is a lie. We must fix our environment wherever we are. We should get some jobs doing, get something to do. The moderator was speaking recently during the 38th annual National Delegates Conference, and then there's a subtitle that says Witches and Wizards. Let me see. The respected moderator could not fathom how such a laudable project like the government's Agenda 111, meant for the construction of hospitals across the country being undertaken by a poor nation like Ghana, would attract opposition, and drew the conclusion that only witches and wizards will be against Agenda 111. Wow, that's very interesting. Okay, so he advised the initiators to ensure that all projects are completed as scheduled to reduce the health burdens on the poor. I don't think that there's anyone in Ghana really who is against Agenda 111 per se. The questions that have come up are the sustainability. Can we afford it? Is it an empty promise? But imagine if it was actually doable. We would love that.
Oh, yeah.
Why wouldn't we love
Why
that?
wouldn't we love
Exactly. Why wouldn't we love you, for example? So anyway, page 7, Navy Chief bemoans piracy, terrorism. Okay, I'll stop. Middle page. Now there's this thing going on between Shatta Wale and Sadiq Abdullahi Abu, who is the CEO of the Music Awards. So the misunderstanding between Shatta Wale and Sadiq has taken a new twist, with the CEO of the Music Awards allegedly threatening to physically handle the controversial dancehall act. If I see you physically, you Wale, I go beat you. A voice purported to be that of Sadiq said in a leaked audio in circulation. I can't confirm that because we haven't heard that leaked audio. What I can confirm is that Sadiq spoke to Andy Dosty 2 days ago and said to Shatta Wale that you came and you cried and you accepted the awards and all of that. If you were faking it, that's fine. If you don't want the awards, bring them back. The board would be happy to take it. That we can confirm. But beating and all of that, I don't know. I don't know if anybody will ever threaten to beat Shatta Wale. Like, this is Shatta Wale we're talking about, right? You don't want to do that. Rick Ross speaks on dating Diamond Platinum's baby mama. That's interesting. A woman is labeled by her baby daddy. Okay, whatever. This is not strong and sassy. Nana tackles...
This is not strong and sassy.
Wow, you really jumped on that, didn't you? Okay, are you done?
Yeah.
Okay. Nana tackles Mohammed's anti-democracy talk. School bus driver jailed for funding people's breasts. Israel talked about that yesterday. ITEL unveils Kwame Eugene as brand ambassador, and Women in Worship concert is on Sunday. Okay, some sports. PSG vows to keep Mbappe. Milo, whatever. Milo takes over Stars again. It's a question, and we know that the FA will announce the new coach of the Ghana Black Stars today. So that should be interesting. Sinapi Abba for Afghanistan female team flee to Pakistan. That's it for the Daily Guide.
Right, so we go to the BNFT now, and a brace for more floods in Kumasi as structures still occupy waterways 2 months after Housing Minister's directive. Treat farmer hub like 1D1F to attract investors. Services rebound sees economic growth 3.9% in Q2. And fintech tools, Ghana Card will improve SME access to banking. That's a UMB CEO saying that. So for that story on flooding in Kumasi, the perennial rainfall pattern in the middle belt of the country has set in, with the Ghana Meteorological Service Department cautioning, it's now Ghana Meteorological Agency, cautioning the public to be prepared, to experience more flooding situations due to the predominant rains. Despite September and October being recognized as a minor rainy season, the amount of rainfall already recorded in the first 2 weeks of September, according to the District Meteorological Officer, Kwame Ofure Ajama, significant and indicative of what is to come. Okay, so we need to prepare, especially those in Kumasi, in the structures that are occupying waterways. Services rebound sees economic growth 3.9% in Q2. The rebound of activities in the services sector, particularly growth in the hospitality industry, has impacted positively on the economy as gross domestic product has recorded 3.9% in the second quarter of the year. Data from the Ghana Statistical Service have shown. Okay. Then moving on to other stories. Redefining education in the developing world. And private sector resilience, ingenuity, key to economic growth. That's the president saying that. Okay, so moving to the center spread. COVID-19 new travel insurance guidelines. How insurance companies could benefit. Okay, and let's get to the back page. Quality of cocoa beans key to sector growth, and goil opens in Kroma Circle overpass Keta service stations. That'll be it for the BNFT.
Okay, I'm just going to do the Daily Dispatch, the headlines real quick, and then we can go to My Joy Online. Sure. So in the Daily Dispatch this morning, Ghana's democracy is threatened by lawlessness, that's according to General Amanfo. I'll support Dufour, that's Boating Jan, and I may consider contesting in NPP's 2024 race if ... Guess who's speaking? You've already seen it. Kennedy Ejepong speaking there. That should be interesting. Let's see what his if is. Okay. So he's indicated that he'll retire from Parliament in 2024. He will, however, give thoughts to becoming the country's president if there's widespread demand for him in that regard. All right. I shall not comment. Akufo-Addo hosts ECOWAS heads of state over Guinea coup today. Ghana's democracy is threatened. That story also on the back page. Tackle gold smuggling. Lands Minister to PMMC boss. All right, so shall we go to My Joy Online and see what's happening there?
Before we go to My Joy Online, you know, yesterday we had a conversation about, argument whether it was the Pragia, those vehicles, the three-wheeler vehicles, whether it was Mahama Kambu or Mahama Can't Do.
Mahama can do. Oh, yeah, okay.
Or Mahama can do, rather. Okay, so I checked. I told you I was going to fact check it. So I reached out to Rafiq Salam, and he's giving us the results. So apparently, depending on the side of the political divide you find yourself, you call it differently.
Okay.
So those NDC people say Mahama can do.
Okay.
That's what they call it. And then the MPP people, apparently, they call it Mahama Kambu. So that's it. But I'm wondering why they can do. It would be good to get the backstory.
To Mahama can do.
Can do. As for Kambu, I'm telling you, the vehicle looks like Kambu.
We believe you, Israel. We completely believe you. We will not argue with you any longer. We are very, very sorry.
It will still be interesting to get to find out why they call
it. would be, those names,
Kandu or
Kambu.
Or Kambu. Okay, let's get on to My Joy Online.
Okay, so there is food shortage, not food. I'm sorry. I don't understand. I don't. The deputy. What is the difference? There's food shortage, not food cry. Your house food hasn't finished for you to see panic before, eh? Like, you know how when the kids, no, don't go up, please. I haven't finished with the story. Thank you very much. You know how when it's Saturday morning and you've been busy the whole week and the kids are not going to school on Saturday and they start in the morning at 5:30, mommy, I'm hungry. Yam no day, rice no day, cereal no day. It's like you're thinking, okay, go bed small, then wake up at 9 and go and do shopping. It's a shortage. Tell me, Israel, that is not a crisis.
A crisis.
It's a complete crisis. Like, these are the things that get me so pissed off with the way that government communicates with us sometimes. Like, we're not stupid. A food shortage, Deputy Agric Minister, is a food crisis. Like, food no there, yawa go pie.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. Okay. All right. Other stories.
Are you done?
I'm done. Would you like to add something to it? Are you sure?
I have nothing useful to add.
Okay. Again, this man. wait till harvest to know if this year's output is better. This is the same attitude of waiting to see what will happen that has gotten us to this point. Wait till harvest to know if this year's output is better than the previous. Okay, so what if it's not? Then what are you going to do? Especially when Burkina Faso and Co have decided that they are not going to be sending us food anymore.
Well, they can't say they won't send us.
Well, they've closed the borders, so it's difficult. That's what the Peasant Farmers Association said. They've closed the borders. It's difficult to bring sorghum and tomatoes from Burkina Faso. You will start eating tomato paste stew. No fresh tomatoes. Okay, ceremonial Okay, Abesim Meda, police awaits victims' full autopsy report. Government suspends supply of premixed fuel to British Commander Maury and 2 other landing beaches over light fishing. Cases of African swine fever confirmed in the Bono region. I think 7 or 12 pigs died 2 days ago. Reverend Owusu Bempah, others granted bail. WAEC reschedules physics and business management papers amid concerns, and KNUST students ordered to leave campus by Saturday. Okay, can you click on the KNUST story for me, please? Okay. So in the meantime, though, we will like if the Agric Minister Deputy is available to just give us a lesson on the difference between a shortage and a crisis, because we would love to know. But let's see what's happening at KNUST and why the students are being ordered to leave campus by Saturday. Okay, they've been directed to vacate the school premises by September 18. Now, this was issued by the Ashanti Regional Minister due to intelligence gathered by the security service that some groups of students are planning to interrupt the peaceful condition in the school on the eve of vacation, September 17. According to a press statement, this directive has been put in place to ensure that peace and sanity are maintained on the KNUST campus and that students leave on vacation day to their homes in peace. Okay, well, this is the press statement. In recent times, there have been several reports of indiscipline within the student body on the campus of Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. Major among these acts of indiscipline is the existing and unhealthy rivalry between University Hall and Unity Hall, which leads to acts of vandalism. We're all witnesses to report incidents that occurred at the KNUST Great Hall on 3rd July 2021. So that's about it. They're just saying that, you finish your exams and go home. And remember, for those of you in KNUST, that if those of us who have gone ahead of you were misbehaving, you wouldn't have had a university to come and meet. So let's be mindful of respecting the things that serve us and that will serve the future generations as well.
I agree with you perfectly.
Indeed. Thank you for that agreement.
Yeah.
I feel bolstered in my spirit. All right, so we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, Oreku will bring you some sports. And then, of course, the show continues. We have so much more here on the AM show. Don't go anywhere.